The graduation caps floated on the surface of the pool like lily pads, each one a silent testament to a future unfulfilled. The last cheers had faded into the humid night air. Only the chirping of crickets dared to break the silence. An unsettling silence. It clung to the air like cobwebs, heavy and thick. It spoke of shadows and secrets, of things better left undisturbed. Something was terribly wrong in this town. It had been wrong for weeks, ever since the night of the track meet, the night Laura Ramstead died. Now, as the moon cast long distorted shadows across the deserted school grounds, one couldn't help but feel that something else lurked in those shadows, something sinister, something hungry. Laura Ramstead. Her name had been synonymous with victory, her smile as bright as the medals she wore. She was the track star, the golden girl, the one destined for greatness. College scholarships piled up on her kitchen table, each one a promise of a future shimmering with success. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. During the regional track meet, just as Laura sprinted towards the finish line, victory within reach, she collapsed. Right there on the red track, her dreams turned to dust. The paramedics arrived, sirens screaming, but it was too late. Laura Ramstead, the girl who could outrun the wind, was gone. The town mourned. Laura's funeral was a sea of tear-stained faces, a chorus of choked sobs. But death, once it had tasted life in this small town, seemed unwilling to let go. 2 weeks after Laura's funeral, her teammate Sarah was found dead in her car. Carbon monoxide poisoning, the police said. A tragic accident, but a chill ran down everyone's spines. Then, just days later, another teammate, Emily, drowned in the same pool where the graduation caps now floated. Another accident, the authorities insisted, but the whispers started. Whispers of a curse, of something evil lurking beneath the surface of their once peaceful town. The fear was palpable, a living, breathing entity. It spread like wildfire, consuming every corner of the town. People avoided each other's eyes, afraid of what they might see, afraid of what they might reveal. The town, once so alive with laughter and hope, was now shrouded in a cloak of suspicion and fear. The police, however, remained unconvinced. Accidents happened. It was a tragic coincidence, they said, but the townspeople knew better. Something was wrong. Something dark and insidious had its grip on their town, and it wasn't letting go. Section 5. Cheryl's quest for truth. Cheryl, Laura's best friend, refused to believe in curses or coincidences. Laura's death had left a gaping hole in her life, a void that ached with every passing moment. She owed it to Laura to find out the truth. Driven by grief and a burning need for justice, Cheryl began her own investigation. She revisited Laura's life, retracing her steps, talking to her friends, examining her routines. She spent hours at the track, her eyes scanning the ground, searching for any clue, any sign that could lead her to the truth. She just knew that Laura's death was no accident. Days turned into weeks, and Cheryl's determination never wavered. She scoured Laura's room, her heart pounding with a mixture of hope and dread. And then, tucked away in a book of poetry, she found it. A crumpled note, written in a handwriting that sent chills down her spine. "They're watching you. Don't trust anyone." The note was unsigned, but it confirmed Cheryl's worst fears. Someone had been watching Laura, threatening her. But who? Cheryl's investigation took a chilling turn when she managed to get her hands on the security footage from the night of the track meet. There in the blurred images, she saw a shadowy figure lurking in the background, their face obscured by a hood. The figure seemed to be watching Laura, their gaze predatory and cold. Armed with this new evidence, Cheryl went to the police. Surely they would listen now. But the police dismissed the note as a prank and the figure in the video as a harmless bystander. Frustrated and disillusioned, Cheryl left the police station, her heart heavy with despair. She was more determined than ever to find out who was behind Laura's death. That night, Cheryl didn't come home. Her parents reported her missing, their voices raw with fear. The police searched, but Cheryl had vanished without a trace. The town held its breath, the fear that had been simmering beneath the surface now erupting in full force. First Laura, then Sarah and Emily, and now Cheryl. Who would be next? Graduation day arrived, but the festive atmosphere was replaced by a palpable sense of unease. The empty chairs reserved for Laura, Sarah, Emily, and now Cheryl stood as grim reminders of the tragedy that had befallen their town. The principal's voice trembled as he spoke of the students they had lost, his words drowned out by the unspoken fear that hung heavy in the air. The graduates, dressed in their caps and gowns, looked around nervously, their faces etched with worry. The joy of accomplishment was overshadowed by the dark cloud that hung over their town. The ceremony ended, and the graduates dispersed, their footsteps echoing in the eerie silence. As the last of the graduates left the school grounds, the shadows seemed to deepen, as if the darkness itself was holding its breath, waiting. The secrets of that graduation night, the secrets that died with Laura and haunted the town, remained buried. But for how long? The graduation cap still floated on the surface of the pool, a haunting reminder of the lives cut short, the futures stolen. The town held its breath, waiting, watching, praying that the darkness would not consume them all. For they knew deep down that the story wasn't over, not yet.